It's George from Cyprus Insight, and today we're at Paralimni Lake. We've come to see the flamingos. They're just there. So let's go and have a walk around and see if we can get close to them. Right, they're just behind these bushes, guys. Look, there's 4 or 5 of them. Don't know if you can see it with this camera. Hopefully you can. They're not that far away, and the lake's quite full up. We've had quite a lot of rain, but not as much as last year. So we're going to have a walk around and see what we can see. Right, never walked around this lake before. In the summer it's always dry. Under the tree. Alan's asked us to have a look around this lake and see the flamingos. So we thought, that's a good idea, Alan. It's a nice day today. A little overcast, but still nice. So we thought we'd come down here. I think there's a walk that goes all the way around this lake. I'm not sure. But as I said, in the summer, it's kind of barren and dry. There's not a lot here. Soon fills up though. Right, I've just spotted this old Mini, guys. I've walked across the road. Oh, it's not in very good condition. There we are. If anyone fancies restoring it. Looks like a very old one. Mini 1000. There you go. Nope, I think that's beyond restoration. You do get quite a lot of cars over here. Antique cars that have hardly got any rust or a little bit of surface rust because of the mild climate. Oh, look what someone's done, look. It's a good idea. I think a lot of people have done a bit of gardening due to the lockdown, taking advantage of their garden and the surrounding areas. Right, there's loads of birds here, guys. If you're a keen bird watcher, this is the place to come this time of the year. Got all sorts. I'm not going to try and name them, but you can hear them. We'll see if we can see if there's a path around the lake. Let's go up to, there are loads of reeds. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. There's a TV thrown down there. Never mind. Yeah. We haven't had that much rain really, but it's quite full up. It's coming right up here. Oh. There's a load of ducks, look down there. It really is nice. Looks like they've got a bank here, going along here, where all these bushes and reeds are growing. And the water's come over or under, and it's all along this path here. Right, we're just discussing if it's a salt lake or not. Well, we can see some sort of, not sure what's on the top, if it's weeds or if it's some sort of salt. You can see the red mud, browny red mud. I can't see any signs of any salt on top of this mud here, so we're not sure. But apparently flamingos head towards salt lakes, So wondering whether this is a salt lake rather than a normal lake. What are those over there? Oh, some ducks over there enjoying themselves. Now the top is weeds. They're weeds. All on top there. There's snails here. There we are. These snails. Oh, well, make sure I don't fall down. There you go. Those white bits on the branches, the dry branches, they're snails. And when it does rain, quite a lot of these dry, dead branches get full of snails, and people come out and pick them and eat them, by the way. Not my cup of tea, but a lot of people like snails. So when we do get quite a bit of rain, sometimes you see the odd person in the street, sitting on the side of the street, selling sacks of snails that they've picked. They'd get up early morning and go out to somewhere like this, and there'll be snails everywhere, and they'll pick them, put them in sacks and sell them. So guys, what we're going to do, we're heading back now because we can't see a path that goes round the lake. So we're going to head back towards the car and then drive round and stop somewhere else in the lake and have a look around, see what's going on. And if you come down here in the summer, you could probably walk across this. It won't be muddy or anything, it'll be rock hard. I think these are building plots round here. You see? Looks like they've started separating them, but they haven't sold them off or developed them. It's one thing you've got to look out for, is wet areas like this. You buy a building plot here, buy a house round here, there's a possibility you may get quite a lot of damp. Probably mosquitoes as well. Look, another good idea. Someone's inverted a tyre, put some plants in it, you see, and then they've painted it like a ladybird, and the head is a half a pot, you see. Nice idea. Right, it looks like the whole lake covers quite a lot of area. If we start down there, that is actually Dorinya, and it comes round here, which is Paralimni, heading towards us, and then we'll go past us. This is Paralimni, and then right in the distance down there, that's Sodira, right at the back. No. Right, we've driven round the back of Super Action, guys. Come round the lake, and we're really close to the Flamingos now. Look, there they are. There's quite a few of them. There's only one car here, parked behind us. It's quite muddy. It's really quiet here, lovely. Right, I don't think there's a path round this lake. But it is nice. There's some farm buildings up there, some fields. It's really nice. Right guys, I'm off home now. I'm going to do a bit of gardening. And today I'm out in my garden. I did video some gardening the other day, but unfortunately I broke my phone and lost that. So we'll start again. Now some people have asked me what have I done with the plants that I've found near the seafront. Well, there's some here. You see, they just spread and stop all the weeds coming up. And there's some right in the corner here. Oh, it's just doing some plumbing there. There you go. Looks like the snails have had to go at them. Okay. Right, excuse the mess. I'm replumbing the swimming pool. So, what have I done? Well, I went down to the local farm where they keep goats, and I picked up some of the manure. It was more or less decomposed, and so we could call it manure stroke compost. And then I went to a building site and picked up some red soil. They were building a house and they dug up the red soil, and they said help yourself, all free. So I picked up a big load of that and I mixed it up. There it is, and it looks quite nice for the plants. So soil, manure, composty stuff. Now I've done this quite a few years running, and the manure stroke compost hasn't cost me anything. That is also for free. So let's continue on what I've done. There were some conifers along here, and there's one here. I've moved it. There it is. Okay, and it gives us good cover from neighbour. But unfortunately the conifers can be a bit scruffy. So I've removed 3 of them and put some of my mixture in these great big pots. There they are. Okay, now right underneath the pot I've put a little bit of polystyrene right underneath. Okay, it's just lighter rather than stones and bricks and what have you. And I had these drip trays made out of galvanised steel. Here we are, I'll show you them. Okay, there's one there, a few there. Okay, it just cost me around about €35 each from the fabricator in the next village. So they were perfect. And here's one planted up. Now this is a tree that I've had planted up before, and the pot was small. It was as small as those ones over there. So I found some of these pots that were at a garden centre chucked away. They've got a split on the back, but I've repaired that. There's a repair. So they were for free, and I repotted them. Quite hard work. Put the pots on bricks and I put them in this drip tray. And the whole idea is the concrete doesn't get all stained, would be the word. Here we are. You see, that's the stain from the last pot. So it keeps the water away from the concrete so it doesn't become stained. And in the summer, when it's really hot, we can retain some of the water, although we don't want the plant's roots sitting in the water. The drip trays, the front there, yep, the front, I'll take it down. Look, the front is the same height, but on the back there's some valley here. You can see a trough of soil, and on the back I've made it slightly down the back, you can see. So what would happen is they fill up with water hopefully, and then any excess would just flow round to the back and into the soil and away. Right, I'm going to move on and show you what I've done on the back. Picked up a load of these bamboo, just cut them up from the little stream or river we've got running round the back down there, back of these plants and bushes and trees, and there's loads of it round the back there. Just help yourself to as much bamboo as you like, and so I've screwed it and tied it up towards the fence. There we are. Okay, and here I'm going to put climbers to cover this area. But I do want to cover the whole area, and I want it to go around the back of these trees and round here, and eventually get rid of this conifer. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what, let's just put one passion fruit right possibly here or in the middle, not sure yet. So I've just been to the garden centre and picked up one climber that I've already got and I know it's good, and one passion fruit. So here's the conifers that I've taken away. They're still in pots and they're in the car park area waiting to be collected. A friend of mine said he wanted them, so hopefully he'll come and pick them up, or we'll find a space for them across the road at my friend's house. So they'll be used sometime or another. So this is the plant that I picked up that I wanted at the back. There it is. It's got a lovely flower. It's not flowering at the moment. Now this one I've put between me and next door. That's next door's place. There it is. Okay. Now that's, I'm not sure the name of that. I'll have to find out for you. Okay. And there's another one here. There it is. So they make a great bush or barrier between you and your neighbour. There. Okay, now this one is around about 2 years old, and I got it when it was tiny, and now it's gone up there and along. At the same time I bought the passion fruit. Now let me show you the thickness of this plant here, the flowering one. That's the same one. And let me show you passion fruit. Now this is the passion fruit. Look how thick that stem is. Let me put my hand on it so you can see. Look how thick that stem is. It's enormous, and it's gone up here. Now I have cut it back recently, and I've put some wires across the car park area, and it's gone all along there in a matter of 2 years. And also every month I have cut that right back. I'll show you this one that I planted about 5 years ago. Here it is. It's made an arch now at the front of the house. And this is the other one that I bought today at the garden centre. I just thought I'd buy a plant ready done rather than taking a cutting and what have you. It's a bit lazy really. There you go. Now let me walk across the road and show you it from a distance. There it is. And then what happened was it kept going, so I thought, you know what, let's put a wire across the front garden and tame it and let it come this way. And it's done that. It's got about 5 or 6 stems there. I have trimmed that down, but it's coming up again. You can see it. Okay, now let me go again across the road and I'll show you it. Right, there it is. See, it's going along like that. And as it went along, give these plants a bit of shade, because these roses, they get burnt from the sun. So I thought I'll let that grow across there and give them a little bit of shade, and that's worked well. And then I carried on there, and there it is, the same plant, and it's going up here now, and I've trained it. I've put another wire, and it's gone all the way up there to the balcony, and now I'm going to train it so it goes right round the balcony. So I'll show you from this angle, this plant, mystery plant, going up towards the balcony, see? From the front garden. You can just about see it starting to grow around the balcony. There, it's just going to go right round this summer. I expect it to be right round by the end of the summer. And it's got a beautiful flower. Right, so this is another one of the plants that I picked up. Ground cover really, but it goes everywhere, from the coast that you asked me to look at. It's a bit dark there. Let me see if I can get a bit of light for you. And it kind of spreads everywhere, and it's great ground cover. Oops, there it is there. It's that there, and it's gone down there. And before it was all over this part here, but I think the dogs and the cats decided they're going to dig it up and sleep on it, so I ended up clearing it out, and it will spread again. It started to there, look. Okay, and this is another one that I picked up from the coast. Now these ones I picked up last year, and that one's gone mad. And this is another one that I picked up a couple of years ago. There it is. They love the sun, hardly water them, and they keep all the weeds away. And this is another one. Alright, there it is, and they're all free plants, but they do go wild. Right, so here's a new passion fruit plant. There it is. And I'll dig that into my special soil mixture. Right, so there's our passion fruit planted up. There we are. And right guys, we've got our Brucey bonus out. 3 plants from the coast, just growing wild. Got some more of this. This is really good. Covers the ground lovely. Got a nice root system in it, and so that will keep all the weeds away. And then I've got some of this. This is really nice. Loads of roots, and that will spread like mad and cover the earth on the bottom, and then it'll grow down these pots towards the ground, and it'll cover the pots and everything, and it'll stop all the weeds coming through. Right, all done guys. So there's our passion fruit plant, all dug in and planted up. There's our beautiful climbing flower that we've got at the front as well. And here is our 3 plants. This is for the ground cover. We've got 2 different types. There's one there, see, and this one. That one that's got a beautiful flower. And same again in this pot. And I've done these trees as well. I've put them some ground cover on the bottom here. That one I'm going to finish off and dig it in. That one I've done. There it is. And that's all going to cover all this area here. Stop the weeds and any other animals who like to dig it up. And then cover the whole of these pots. It'll just float down. Oh, I'll show you a similar one round the back here that I did a few years ago. Now these plants are growing in my mixture of the composty manure red soil, and look how well they've done. Amazing. Here it is hanging down, you see. Now our next job is to water these in. I've just done, and I've acquired this geranium. I think it's a geranium. It's got a lovely lemon scent to it, and I thought I'd plant that here. There's a bit of sunlight here. Okay, and it's actually on the bottom of this lemon tree. Now this lemon tree, like the one on the front, didn't do very well at first. It died back, then it came back again, then it caught a disease, and you can see it here. That one there, and it's just a stick. And I thought, well, let's cut it back and see, and leave it there and see what it does. And last year, bang, it's come up. There was a couple of lemons on it, but they weren't very good, but I'm expecting loads this year. So I thought I'll plant this geranium lemony smelling one underneath it, which is a good idea. Right, so that's our lemon smelling geranium in. Not ideal, a bit close to these trees, I've got to agree. I think you'll all be putting in the comments, oh, that's far too close to a tree. I agree. I did come across a couple of roots, but anyway, it's in. Doesn't matter. If it goes, it goes. If it goes mad, even better, because I just want to cover this ground here. There's a bit of light there. Comes from the back of me here. So it might be okay there. Okay, it was Lorraine and Nigel who asked me about the plants that I picked up from the coastal path. And there's some more of it. Of course, we planted loads up. There it is. And I've got this last bit left. Now follow me. Now this is the area that suffered last year. I think the cats fancied a sleep on it, as I told you before. And this is the last bit of it. So I'm going to dig this in and see if it spreads. It's quite shaded round here. And they do tend to like the sun, this lot. But you know what? They're free plants. It doesn't matter. If they come up, they come up. And if they don't, never you mind. Right. There you go, Lorraine and Nigel. Now these ones, the roots are quite high up or towards the surface, so I'll just like dug them in a little bit there, and then they just drop into by themselves. So maybe next year this whole area will be covered in these beautiful flowers.